So as promised in this playlist, we are definitely going through a different variety of inequality questions because as mentioned, yeah, I do get quite a lot of questions on inequalities. And I'm one of those people, I listen to the people, I try to give the people what the people want, and the people want inequalities. So the people just need to make their way to this video and find it and view it because it's going to help, or this playlist rather. So this is one of those exam style questions on inequalities. This is a 5-mark question. This one in particular does not have a sketch like the previous two that we have just worked on in this playlist. You see, I'm trying to emphasize that this is a playlist. So if you're just jumping into this video and you've not watched the other two, that's okay. That's okay. But all I'm trying to say is, yeah, if inequalities are still shaky, this video is going to help. But this is one of those things where you want to see a few examples. You know the vibes. So solving this inequality, the one thing that you want to recognize is that it's just an inequality question. You just want to simplify it as best as you can before you can do anything funny. So with all inequalities, if you check or if you remember from the previous two examples, they all had sketches. Inequality questions that don't have sketches, those are fine, but then 99.99% of the time you eventually need to draw a sketch and use that sketch to answer your question. So to start off now, simplifying this, we just need to FOIL out these two brackets. There we go. So we have FOILed out the left and we have simplified. And I'm just going to try and keep my eyes peeled for those small mistakes because I'm going to try and leave some of those bloopers within the tutorials so that you also see that, whoa, missing a sign and making silly mistakes while doing a math problem is something common. Everybody does it. I don't know of anybody that goes through a math problem or goes through math questions multiple times and never bumps into a silly mistake. If you're one of those people, master. So yeah, let's see. I just hope I don't make any silly mistakes because I kind of promised to leave them, but I'm gonna make sure I don't. But yeah, I kind of have no choice because I am not in control of the universe. So here, simplifying, right, we can take everything to the left. There we go. Now simplifying. There we go. Yeah, x squared minus 6x minus 7. Let's just double check that with the calculator. Where's the calculator? Oh, calculator. Sorted. So you may be asking yourself, why did you have to verify 4 minus 11? Doesn't he know that? Hey, my guy, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how small the numbers are. Use your calculator. You can't always trust your brain in an exam because, yeah, man, stuff happens in an exam. So here we have a proper quadratic equation. Fantastic. Now, with this quadratic equation, this question is basically asking us, where is this quadratic equation going to be above 0? You see? So in other words, before you answer this question, what you want to do for yourself is draw yourself an x-axis. Just draw an x-axis. Don't worry about the y-axis. That doesn't matter. Just draw an x-axis. Now, with that x-axis, you want to just think to yourself, this is a parabola, yeah? And it's a positive parabola. So go ahead and draw yourself a smiling face because being positive is necessary. It is important for mental health. So we have a positive or a smiling parabola. Now with this smiling parabola, before you can answer your question, remember the question is asking you, where is your graph above 0? You see, where is the graph bigger than 0? So your graph is bigger than 0 there and over there. Now before we answer our question, we need the x-intercepts of our graph. Now to get your x-intercepts, you can just use your quadratic formula. I personally always prefer using the quadratic formula because factorizing it's okay. I mean, here factors of 7 that can give you 6 is just 7 and 1. However, for other weird questions, there we go. In your calculator, your 2x values are going to be why am I guessing? X is equal to 7. Oh, X is definitely either equal to 1. But let's just double check. Nope, -1. It's good to double check with the calculator. I don't know what I was thinking. But here we are. X is equal to 7 or X is equal to -1. Now, because X is a negative number, which is either a -1, you're going to have -1 there. And then for 7, you're going to have +7 there. You see, try not to mix your numbers. It's just numbers, so the smaller ones go to the left, and then wherever your right is, that's where the bigger number goes. You see, so that's how I put the -1 here and the +7 there. Now to answer our question, you see, we're all home free now. Remember, this is a 5-mark question, so with 5-mark questions, you kind of need to, earn your marks. You can't just dive in there and be like, hey yo, give me marks. It doesn't work like that. So let's see here. Where is this graph above 0? We said our graph is above 0, so, and over there. You see, that's the portions where the graph is above 0. So you need to tell them the x values where this is above 0. That's how these questions work, when you answer inequalities, 99.99999, that's enough lines, 99.99% of the time, you will always need to give your answer in terms of x, you see. So with this question, where's your graph above 0? It's above 0 starting from this x value going to the left, you see, because you see x values towards the left are producing these positive y values, and then x values from here towards the right, those x values are producing y values that are above 0, or those are producing portions where the graph is above 0, you see. So your answer, you need to say there, x needs to be smaller than -1, or x needs to be bigger than +7, you see, because your x values need to be smaller than -1, or your x values need to be bigger than +7, you see. And we have here no extra line because our question does not have an extra line, you see. Most of your questions kind of give you hints on what your answers should be. So that's how you go through, or that's how you go about answering a question like this one. Now to like other questions, other more slightly difficult questions, because this one was slightly easy, in an exam. This one is one of those which you can, sucker punch and all that, but we're gonna go through slightly more aggressive ones, which you're like gymming for now, so that when you find them or when you see them, you know what to do.